What's up, you couple of useless cunts?
Not much. Why?
Well, did you hear the Prince Harry is getting married?
Seriously, I couldn't care less. I don't think that there's actually a word in the English language to describe just how apathetic towards it I actually am.
Shall we have a look and see if Justin Dennis has uploaded any more retarded shit?
Well, you can if you want to, but just so you know, if you bring any of it anywhere near me, I will rip you open from throat to sternum and then finger all your internal organs before selling them to the dog food factory. Oh shit, even the fucking merest mention of Mr. Ed's bastard child fucking makes me want to puke.
Speaking of inducing vomiting, shall we get it takeaway in? I'm famished.
Why, have you run out of MREs or something? I thought you had stockpiles to last for 10 years.
I did, but most of them got nicked and are being sold on eBay, so people can't open them up and review their contents on camera.
I thought trading in military issue ration packs was supposed to be illegal.
So did I. That's why I filled my bunker with them, to stick it to the man. Anyways, do you fancy a Chinese?
Ooh yeah, go on then. Yeah, fell for that one. Smooth, very smooth.
Teehee.
Hello slimy fertlers, yes we're back after a hiatus doing piss take videos because I didn't feel very well and didn't feel doing any of them. We're here to look at BBC Three's How Not to Pull a Chinese Girl. I would presume that, it'd be the same as, how not to pull a girl in any particular things. I mean, you talked about girls, how not to pull a woman, maybe. I mean, you don't really want to be pulling girls because there's a name for that. It's called paedophilia. But yeah, BBC Three is now going to guide us through the way that you are supposed to approach Chinese women and hopefully try to get them to date you. When they said date, they basically mean try and get a shag off them or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's let them get on with it. Okay, so straight off the bat, I'm going to say she's yummy as fuck. I wouldn't mind a bit of that. And secondly, this guy is very obviously supposed to be a stereotypical dickhead. Looks smug and slimy, so yeah.
Konnichiwa.
I'm not Japanese.
Sawadee.
That's Thai.
Hey, Ja.
I'll admit I did that once. I was in a bar and there was a Chinese girl working behind the bar. I walked up and said ni hoi. She didn't understand what I meant because oddly, even though she was Chinese ethnicity, she didn't actually speak Chinese. So I made myself look like a right dickhead. I promptly disappeared with my tail between my legs. It's a common enough mistake though to make. I mean, you're trying to impress a girl and she's Chinese and you go up and try and speak to her in Chinese or whatever. This guy completely fucks it up with the Japanese and the Thai, and I'm not quite sure what that last bit was. I can understand why the woman would roll her eyes. It is quite pathetic. It is nothing more than just an attempt to impress her straight off the bat, and 9 times out of 10 it really doesn't fucking work. I've learned that one the hard way, so they do have a point here.
I could be chow mein man.
Oh, fuck. But seriously though, people do try things like this, and I can understand why it would get fucking annoying. Yeah, and for example, if it was a Chinese man trying to pull an English woman, and he walked up to her and went, something along the lines of, "What hell? How are you doing? Pip pip." Yeah, that'd be just as fucking cringeworthy.
Looks like someone has a bad case of yellow fever. Guys, if you want to get lucky, here is How Not to Pull a Chinese Girl.
The one in the middle, who is also quite yummy, just stuck 2 fingers up at us. What the fucking fuck?
George Bush did the same once to a group of farmers in Australia instead of giving the peace sign. It's a common enough mistake to make.
I also find it interesting that this particular thing is not produced by the usual BBC Three content producers, because this one seems to, rather than have that kind of politically correct smug edginess about it, This one seems to be produced in a much more natural and an open way. It's quite refreshing. It kind of reminds me of the, when the BBC was sort of king of comedy, we're in the sort of early to mid 90s. It harks back to that style a lot, which is quite surprising considering the standard kind of, how not to do this or what not to do kind of content that the BBC produces for this channel. It's weird. It's interesting.
Don't assume we're illegal.
You smell really good.
You're not flirting me just because you need a visa, are you?
I need a visa.
Duh. Why would you even say that? But seriously though, there are a lot of Chinese people here in the UK, and there have been for quite a while. So anybody who you meet that's Chinese that speaks, English with a decent, non-Chinesey accent, the kind of stereotypical can't pronounce R's and things like that. Why would you ever say this to them? It's stupid. I can imagine people doing it as well, and the sort of people who do it really, shouldn't be trying to pick up anybody foreign at all, because quite clearly they're fucking idiots.
Some things get lost in translation.
My brother spoons me. Oh, what a lovely brother. It's better than fucking you.
We don't all play the national sport.
Why the fuck would anybody want to play ping pong in a pub anyway? I mean, I never played ping pong, and it's not something that I would ever say, you're out with somebody and go, hey, do you fancy a game of ping pong? It doesn't matter whether they're fucking, white, black, fucking Chinese, Japanese, Asian, fucking, Arabic or whatever. No, just no. Also, this is the third lady in this one there who was behind the last particularly funny gag. I'm still laughing about it, actually. Yeah, she's quite nice. I quite like her. She's quite good, actually. Yeah, I like it. I'm liking this so far, really. I am. It's good. It's better than the usual BBC Three shite.
And don't assume we can do the other ping pong.
Fucking oh, Jesus Christ. It's I always thought that was more associated with Thai ladies than Chinese ones, but kudos to whoever thought of that gag.
Some of us are shit at math.
Oh, you'll know this. What's 15% tip on 20 quid?
Is your problem.
That particular stereotype seems to be more of an Americanism than anything I've ever heard anybody say about Chinese people in the UK. I do know that there's the American stereotype of Chinese or Asian people in general being good at standardised tests and being good at maths and stuff like that. But not so much here. The stereotype is more that they are all, like they all own Chinese takeaways and are good at cooking Chinese food and stuff like that. I think that's something that's just been imported into this country, and it's starting to take off, and I really don't know why, because
Don't brag about the minorities you've dated.
Sorry, can you just stay there 1 second? Great, thank you. Great. That's absolutely ideal. This is just the Oriental section.
Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would do this. I can see people doing it though, because in this day and age, if you're a white person, you're made to feel inherently guilty about being white. So I can understand why saying, I've been out with, foreign people, people of other races or whatever. It's kind of a virtue signalling exercise, I'm not racist, I've been out with blacks and stuff like that. But there's no need for it at all. I just can't ever see. Well, I can see it happening. I can't ever see anybody going to the extreme that they've shown you, you know, with the fucking things. I mean, that's just a comedy skit played for laughs. But I can see it happening amongst the younger men, if you know what I mean. Not so much older men like me who, you know, just don't care really about things. If you like somebody, you like somebody. It don't really matter what fucking colour they are.
We don't all look the same.
I'm just gonna nip in real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Ah, that was quick. Shall we go back to mine?
Okay.
How do you do that? You must be crazy.
Okay, so this is one of those stereotypes that I've seen go both ways. Yeah, there is the stereotype that, you know, all Chinese people look the same to, you know, to Westerners kind of thing. But I've also heard Chinese and Japanese people say the same about Westerners. You know, we look all the same to them. I think it just comes from the kind of cultural perception that we all have. It's kind of, we're used to seeing, you know, white faces with, you know, round eyes and whatnot. Whereas Chinese people are used to seeing people with, you know, sort of slightly darker skin and, you know, oval eyes, or the, you know, I mean, I hesitate to say it, the slant eyes kind of thing. But yeah, it's something that goes both ways. It's not exclusive to white people, and it's not really fair to try and bash white people over the head with something that, you know, Orientals or Asians or whatever actually do themselves.
I can't do that. No.
Well, that's probably because you're Chinese, you're not Thai, and only Thai ladies can really do that trick well. That said, though, I did go to a strip club one night and sort of was there, you know, kind of after hours, you know, sat having a drink with the girls. And one of them did actually do it, and she wasn't a Thai lady or a Chinese lady. And I can't say it's actually that impressive when you see it in real life as to the expectation that's given to you by both pornography and comedy films.
Now you know how to pull Chinese girls.
Well, no, I know how not to pull them, because that was the whole point of the video. You haven't really given us any tips on how to pull Chinese girls. Still, whoa, she's fit.
And now you're ready to marry one.
Sorry, I don't want to get married.
But I really do need a visa. Congratulations!
Yeah, so let's finish this one off. The kind of mail order bride thing is actually a thing. Yes, you can pay for a woman, usually Thai or Filipino, stuff like that, sometimes Chinese, to come and get married to them. Sometimes you do get sham marriages in which people get married simply so that they can stay in the country. That's not limited to Chinese women, though. There are quite a lot of people from all different countries will go to another country. It doesn't have to be Britain. Can be any country, and marry someone simply to get a visa. They might pay the person to marry them or something like that. It's a thing, and yeah, you can use it as a stereotype for comedy reasons, which they've done here, which is quite good. But yeah, overall, this video was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was actual comedy, as opposed to BBC Three's usual series of moralising and you should feel guilty because, you know, you're white, basically. You're white and straight. This one, it's a nice tongue-in-cheek change to that kind of smug moralising, and I really like it. I'd like to see if these, you know, if this comedy troupe has more material, because they actually do seem quite funny, and I really can't understand why they're relegated to being on, you know, BBC Three's YouTube channel. I've never heard of them, any of them, and you know, they probably could, you know, do a really good sort of comedy TV series, which would be quite nice, actually. So yeah, that's this one over for the time being. Social contact details up on screen, as well as my PayPal. If you feel like donating to me, please do so. Any amount is received with thanks, like I usually do. Anything that comes to me via PayPal will be spent on usually living expenses, things like that. There's a couple other things that need money for at the minute, but you know, we'll just have to see how it goes. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video.